Hello, everyone. I am Gertrude Sachekar. As a professional, I have the best of two worlds. On one hand, more than 20 years of experience in the financial industry, and on the other, the skills and superpowers of an associate certified coach. I specialize in leadership, emotional intelligence, and positive intelligence. Today, we are going to talk about overcoming languishing and tips to regain motivation and purpose. I'll start with an introduction, then the definition of languishing, tips to overcome it, and the key takeaways. Have you ever felt blah, meh, like you don't care about anything or anyone? That some days you are in automatic pilot, but without the zest or the excitement about the new day? Adam Grant wrote a fantastic article in the New York Times where he explains these feelings, which I experienced profoundly during the pandemic and that sometimes still resurface. Adam Grant writes, languishing is a sense of stagnation and emptiness. It feels as if you're modeling through your days, looking at your life through a foggy windshield. What a relief. We are not alone. Millions of people suffer from it. Equally important, this wasn't just in my head. It is a real phenomenon with a proper name, languishing. How can we overcome languishing? Here are 6 tips that combine the insights from the article with my own experience. First, name the feeling. When I read the article and recognized myself in it, I felt so much lighter, as if I had instantly lost a few pounds. It was such a relief. It is like finally having a name for the weird growth on your skin or the nagging pain in your hand. For me, it was like, okay, we have a name. Now we can do a better search on the internet for next steps. Naming the feeling also enhances our empathy. We can identify the emotion in ourselves and others and communicate our understanding of what they're feeling. Second, getting to flow. Flow occurs when we are so deeply engaged in an activity that we lose track of time. Total focus is a sense of oneness with what we are doing. After reading Adam Grant's article, I allowed myself to open the lens of what activities could put me into flow. I always thought they had to be projects directly connected to my purpose, like writing. Fortunately, we can use lesser tasks to get into flow to overcome languishing, like crocheting, coloring, or even doing the dishes. Give yourself uninterrupted time. Of course, to be in flow, we need to carve out time to do so. When it comes to our attitude towards time, some people see abundance. I have time to do everything important to me. And others see scarcity. I don't have time for anything. The beauty of time is that no matter who you are, where you live, or how old you are, we all have exactly 24 hours in the day, 60 minutes in an hour, and 60 seconds in a minute. No more, no less. Start treating uninterrupted time as if it were a doctor's appointment, or better yet, a health treatment appointment. If you had to go to physical therapy and their only opening is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m., you would likely make those times work. Uninterrupted time is health therapy for languishing, and it is worth trying it. Start small with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and gradually increase. Small, consistent steps win the race. Next, focus on a small goal. Nothing feels better like a win, no matter the size. Every time we check something off our list, we can feel the heat of dopamine being released. I set weekly goals and I try to keep them to a maximum of 3. Often, these objectives align to bigger goals like losing weight or exercising. However, sometimes it's just about finally tackling something I have been putting off for a while. Pair weekly planning with daily wins, and surely you will be saying, languishing who? Each day, jot down what you consider your wins. I usually do this towards the end of the workday, right before I turn off my computer. These wins can be of any size. They don't have to be life-changing. Some of mine are did laundry, scheduled next month's payment, contributed to an article on LinkedIn. Help others. If I could travel in time back to 2020, yes, I said it, the one thing I would do differently is volunteer. When we help others, regardless of whether they're less fortunate than us or not, we immediately get out of our heads. We are forced to focus on someone else, giving us a much-needed reprieve from our own thoughts. I admit that I have been lacking lately in this department, something to rectify in the remainder of this year and the next. Last but not least, take time out. I recently heard about a manager who told their employees that they could call in sick or call in sad. When we have a cold and are not feeling physically well, most of us are okay calling in sick. Our emotional and mental health should be treated with the same respect. There is no need to go into details. The word indisposed is a wonderful one. It immediately tells the listener or reader that today we are not feeling 100% and we need to rest and recover. It is perfectly normal to feel languishing temporarily throughout our lives. It is almost inevitable. I believe this is one way our body alerts us that it is time to recalibrate the intensity of our existence. We may need to dial it up or to slow it down. There are tools we can use to overcome languishing. Having a name for what we are feeling and knowing that others are on the same boat was liberating for me. Experiment with the tips on this video and see how you feel. Start with those that resonate most or that pique your curiosity. What other tips do you have to overcome languishing? Please let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Please include your responses in the comments. And for more content, remember to subscribe to my channel. See you again soon.